I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Greetings and salutations. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this real quick. It's right here. Yeah. Let's talk about this real quick. So early this morning, or last night rather, I don't know. As I was watching State of the Union, I saw this video by Signifer. The links is in the description box, and everybody always tell me, you're a coward, Big J. How come you don't mention names? We want you. You need to mention names. You need to mention names. No, I don't. I don't need to mention nobody's name. I'll mention your deeds. I'll mention your behavior. I'll mention your ideology. I don't have to mention your names. There was one woman who I gave the boot because of her racist bigotry. I gave her a boot because of her racism and bigotry. I gave her the boot, because she always talking about, I need names. No, you don't have to. You don't need to know who I'm referring to or who I'm talking about. And this goes back to FD Signifier, right? And and this is what FD Signifier is saying too, right? He understood the assignment. The assignment is you got to starve the enemy. There was a reason why I made the video about Hannibal and Hannibal's invasion of Rome and that of Fabius, right? When Fabius went ahead and invaded Rome, so he struck these supply lines. There's a reason why Fabius went after these supply lines. You starve the enemy. Once you destroy the supply lines, the elephants that was part of Hannibal's army could not be fed. Could not be fed, could not be medicated, cannot be, the maintenance in dealing with the elephant, the army of elephants, once you destroy the supply lines, the elephants starve, the elephants will eventually die, and your army is marching on foot. That's the point. And FD, I know who FD was referring to in the video. The links is in the description box. He understood the assignment. Certain people should not become big. Once you mention a name, that person will sit there and become big off of you. Especially the person whose ideology is dangerous. Now, somebody going to say, well, Big J, you're being hypocritical because you will be quick to mention Tommy Sotomayor and Kevin Samuels and BGS, but they're already big. That's the point. They are already big. They don't need, who am I to go after a whale? I just don't want the baby whale to become an adult with their 500 subs or their 1,000 and 2,000 sub count. You starve them. starve them from attention, you starve them from views, you stay, and thus, by proxy, you starve them so that they don't get no AdSense. That's the point. So this is not about who is being a coward. This is about preventing that person to get a foothold of any goddamn thing. And yes, is it on some hating shit? Yes, it is. Because that ideology needs to be destroyed. That behavior needs to be put to the ground. Do you understand? And this ain't about some, whether we disagree about who's Democrat, Republican, which tax policy is different from this tax policy. No, we're not talking about tax policy. We're not even talking about religion. We're talking about a certain behavior that needs to be eradicated. A certain lifestyle that needs to be eradicated. Racism needs to be eradicated. Sexism needs to be eradicated. That's the point. Now, I disagree with FD Signifer on a whole lot of things, yet he understood the assignment. He understands the assignment. And when I watched this last night or early this morning, I laughed at this because I know who he really was referring to. And when he was referring to this person, I said, well, that person deserved it. The individual deserved not to be mentioned at all. Because I think back, this is about four years ago. The person did a live stream. I went on the set. I went on the live stream because FD was there. The master teacher, who y'all called the master teacher, B. Jess was on the panel. Bernard Riley. Let me see who else. Some of the luminaries, right, of the manosphere. Now, I was on that panel. And let me give y'all a hint. Who this person is. Because, some of y'all got too much mustard in your hot dog. Y'all really don't. Y'all need to start adding some more ketchup to it. But let me tell y'all who this person is, right? I'll give you some clues. He's a person who talked about game so many times, and then Platinum Elite and Anger Man, he allowed Platinum and Anger Man and Sir Ism to destroy his channel. Now, I'm gonna leave that right there so y'all can figure who this person FD is referring to. All right. Because because I was there during I was on that panel, and I fell asleep on that panel because it was boring. Because the Negroes kept saying the same thing over and over and over again. Trying to justify their misogyny, trying to justify shame, blame, and explain. But like I said, he's right. They want attention that they do not deserve. You got to starve the enemy out. The enemy wants to be fed. The enemy wants the supply. And that particular individual is a pariah in the space, quote unquote. He's pretty much a pariah. All right. Even other people don't want to deal with homeboy. Okay. Blaming everybody else except for his own doing. But anyway, think everything's about game. No, men don't need to learn about game. Men need to know about economics. Men need to know what political, social, and power is. Political, social, economic power. That's what black men need to know about. Not we don't need no. We don't need. We got too much of game. That leave the game for 20-year-olds. You're 30, 40 years old. You're 30, 40, 50 years old. You don't need nothing about no damn game. You know, some juvenile shit at this point. Do you understand? Now, I disagree with FD on a whole lot of, excuse me, on a whole lot of things. But he understand his assignment. FD Signifer understood the assignment. So I want nobody sitting talking about, oh, you're a coward. No. FD's not a coward. Because he's starving a certain individual out. He's starving this person. And rightfully so. I starve people out. Why? I don't want you to go back to their channel and watch what they got to say, and so they can have the little AdSense and views and even subs on their channel because they don't deserve it. They don't need attention. That's the point. See, a lot of y'all don't have, and this tells me a lot of y'all really don't think. Y'all don't think at all. You know? And I'm gonna say something too, though, right? Some of y'all mad that I did that interview over the weekend. And let me say this right now, there will be some more interviews coming. Y'all act like my interview with Dr. Fountain just happened that week. That been planned since December. That interview was planned since December. Because me and him keep on contact for a very long, ever since I came in contact with him. Me and him been talking for years, about at least 4 or 5. Let me see how many years me and him been talking. About 6 years at least. When he had that Maggle Daggle website. Me and him been talking ever since. Emailing each other ever since. So this ain't some, no. You see, some of y'all need to stop. Some of y'all need to put some more ketchup on your hot dog. Okay? Y'all might want to put more ketchup on your hot dog because you're mussing around too damn much. You know? But anyway, I said enough about this. You can put in your pipe and smoke it if you want. I don't give a damn. There's some more interviews coming. Let me say this right now to a certain somebody. There ain't gonna be too many punks. Okay? Calling somebody a punk does not make you right. And let me say this too, though, right? If you really were doing something, how come you won't show your seminars? That's just one particular individual. Why won't you do anything for your seminars? How come you never post anything about your seminars? Just saying, right? Because people have been telling me what you be saying, right? And you also a person I starve out too. because you don't know how to respect people. The reason why I don't say your name, nigga, because ain't, you know, how many times somebody gonna respect you or mention you when all you said is punks and call people the R word. You think somebody gonna give you the same respect? Nope. You know, maybe if you watch your mouth and know how to talk to people, I might sit there and listen to what you got to say. Oh, and you, yeah, your ass is gone too. Okay, that person in that chat room, bye bye, because you're one of them. But like I said, you know, see, if y'all really want the world to respect you as men, then you got to talk right. You got to walk right. You can't be going around here calling everybody the B word and calling every woman an H. I said every woman. I ain't talking about some dingback female. I'm talking about every woman is referred to as a B word, H word. Every woman. I can understand it was some dingback heifer who doing some evil shit. I can understand some woman doing some evil shit. I understand that. But every woman, nah. And that's why I said you niggas are a danger that needs to be addressed. And I'm gonna say it right now. Let's talk about the word censorship, right? Oh, Big J wants to censor us. No, I just want your leaders. I just want the leadership. Okay? That's all I want. I want y'all leaders. If you're not the leader, be quiet. If your name not BJS or Obsidian or Anger Man or Rolo Tomasi, all right, if you ain't them or Tommy, then shut the hell up. I know who I'm referring to. They know who I'm referring to them. If you not none of these people who I mentioned, be quiet. You are just a turtle or the Goomba on a Super Mario Brothers game. That's all you is. You're Goomba. You are the Turtle True Trooper. On level 1, you not really is my target. You're not really who I'm after. Oh, you trying to go after male spaces? If you had not doxed harass women, you use your platform to dox and harass women. If you not them, be quiet. If you're not Obsidian, when Obsidian went out was doxing Chrissy, if you're not part of that, shut your mouth. Because I'm not talking to you. If you're not Tommy Sotomayor doing all that bullshit he was doing, if I'm talking about Tommy and those who surround themselves with Tommy, be quiet. I'm not talking to you. If you're not BGS, I'm not talking to you. If you're not Rolo Tomasi and his little bullshit, I'm not talking to you. If you're not associated with Fresh and Fit, shut your mouth because this has nothing to do with you. I want y'all leader. I want the leaders. I can care less about y'all's little problems with a women. I just want your leaders because your leaders making money off the pain of others. That's all I care about. Because this should not go to the next generation. The next generation that is coming up should not suffer, should be free male or female. The next generation should not be fighting these ridiculous wars, these stupid gender wars that a lot of y'all are having. The leadership needs you, if y'all really think for once. See, a lot of y'all are not thinking people. Shrita 7-1. I'm gonna use a woman because I know some of you men got ego problems. Shrita 7-1, right? You know, sprinkle. She needs broken-hearted women to be as vicious and vile as she is, so that she can be propped up. Women like Cynthia G with her mean hatred ass. She needs to be propped up by broken women. Chris Christian Karazine needs broken-hearted black women. Just like BGS, Angry Man, Obsidian, Tommy, Mr. Fantastic, and I could go on and on. They need y'all, broken-ass Negroes, broken men, to prop themselves up as you trying to windmill for somebody who don't love your ass. That's the point. Are you a hate group? And if not, then what are you? That's the point. I don't understand why people can't comprehend that. Finally, V-Dub had to say it. Shout out to V-Dub when he said it on what's his name's channel. It's not that hard. All these content creators need broken people, and these broken people are radicalized to a point where people are doing things that they ought not be doing or ought not be saying. So if you're not on the leadership, stay out of my beefs. Stop windmilling for niggas who don't got your best interest at heart either. You're just a tool. Now I know what you Negroes gonna say. Oh, you was a reject, or Big J, you're a reject. No, I try to tell Negroes. I think your best outcome is, and some of you niggas, you talking about you are an outcast. Outcast for what? Can y'all please put out the evidence out of that private conversation between me and BGS? No, I told BGS, y'all need to be political. Y'all need to be so social. Instead of y'all focus on Keisha and try to control Keisha, y'all might want to have power to control the environment so you can have a better outcome. That was the gist of the discussion in that back chat conversation that y'all try to, and that was between men, and none of you niggas who talked about it wasn't even there. Got a bunch of outsiders trying to talk about what really went on when they wasn't even there. They can't even name you the time and date when this happened. I can name you the time and date. StreamYards wasn't even around yet. I think your chat blocks certain words. Well, it does. Yeah, I do have certain words blocked. TD, I do got certain words blocked. Well, let me go on my YouTube and let's see what you really was saying. Hold on. Let me see what you really was saying. Be right back. Hold on. let's see. Let's see what you was really was saying in the chat room. No, TD, it's just you. Who's on my YouTube feed. Now somebody else is on another website. That's just a bot on another website. I'm simulcasting on other platforms. So yeah, don't worry about that. But yeah, hold on. Yeah. Anyway, let me see who this is real quick. Scam artists, got scammers. Uh, you got scam artists, scammers. Let me see. Who is this? Who is this? Hold on. Let me do this real quick. I'm getting really tired of this, scammers trying to call you on the phone, trying to sell you things that you don't need. Let me see. Type the number. Yeah. Type this number in. Yeah, reverse phone. Yeah. Let me do this real quick. I'm getting tired of this. I told those people do not call me. But anyway, where was I at? Right. But let me say this: if it wasn't for YouTube and social media, a lot of you men, a lot of you women too, because because I'm also applying this to you BWE women and you swirlers and you divestors. A lot of y'all will be in jail or in hell. Okay, a lot of y'all will be in jail or somewhere buried. Okay, y'all wouldn't be over here enjoying life. Y'all will be locked the fuck up. Okay, y'all will be locked up. And for good reason. Because the thing is, you are a danger to yourself and you're a danger to other people. That's the scary part. So that's all I'm going to say. And yeah, thank y'all for the donations. By the way, thank y'all for the donations. Yeah, once I said thank you for the donations. Here is the donations on my my Cash App. I'm glad I received some money on it. So yeah, I'm working on something. Yeah, I'm definitely working on something. So anyway, let me get out of here. Uh, like I said, FD Signifer understood the assignment. That's why he said what he said. That's why he didn't mention old boy's name. Because old boy does not deserve to be, certain individuals should not deserve to be mentioned at all. Only their deeds, only their behavior, and their ideology. That's all that needs to be talked about. Anyway, let me get out of here. I'm out. Oh, Yeti Black, salute to you too, Yeti. Anyway, let me get out of here.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.